I found out my sister slept with my fiancé, and I'm not sorry about what I did after. 30-year-old woman here. I have a sister who's just a year older than me. We've always had such a good relationship, so finding out about this one hurts. She might as well have just stabbed me in my heart. On top of that, I've been with my fiancé since high school, and we've always been with each other through thick and thin. We were going to get married in a few months. I have no idea why on earth they did this to me. What's even worse was that our mum knew, and out of fear of getting involved, my sister apparently begged her not to say a word. She didn't tell me anything. Thankfully, my dad wasn't having it, and he spilled the beans to me. I've never been so angry in my life. Not only did I kick my fiancé out and throw out his stuff, some of it in the trash, but I decided to hurt my sister in another way. Why not do the same for my fiancé? Well, simply, she is my sister. We've always had a good relationship until she decided to ruin it months before my big day, which I'd allowed her to be a bridesmaid for. You don't do that to anyone, let alone your sister. Your blood. My sister is big on gardening, so when she lost her dog, she made a garden for him. I knocked on her door. At this point, she didn't know that I knew, and of course, I played nice. Then I moved on to what she did with my fiancé, and I slightly damaged her garden. I honestly just crushed a couple of flowers. Am I sorry? No. Her excuse sent me over the edge. It just happened isn't a reason. Sleeping with my fiancé just happened like that, I guess. I told her I didn't want her speaking to me anymore, and that I also didn't want our mum to speak to me. My fiancé won't say a word since I threatened to call the police if he ever went near me again. Yeah, I made my sister cry and scream at me, but I genuinely feel like I should be the one crying. She knew how important getting married was to me, and now I can't experience that. Pair that with the fact that I had to hear this from my dad, not my bum excuse of a sister or fiancé. Heck, even my mother didn't say a word to me. It's like she lets my sister run her. Screw you, Tia. Screw you, Logan. If they ever see this, I'd be absolutely delighted. Now, OP has added a couple of edits to this post, saying, since many people keep bringing this up, I'm upset that I lost the relationship that I've always put 100% into. I was excited to get married, of course, but then this news came out. It really hurt me. I didn't want to believe it at first. I almost thought my dad was pulling my leg. But later, of course, it turned out to be true. I swear I have trust issues now. Yeah, I don't blame you. She also says to the people of Reddit, thank you for all the suggestions. It's helping me feel more confident in exposing them. I'm just a bundle of nerves right now because I know that poop is going to hit the fan again. When I do so, I'll try my best to come with an update. I mean, it's the least you guys deserve. And don't worry, there is an update which we're going to get into. OP finally says, when I say I decided to hurt her, it's because I kind of ruined something so meaningful to her. I feel like for most people, besides maybe on here, that would be a bit far. But that's just how I feel though. I understand it's not what you guys wanted. The people below were saying, why didn't you go even further? Which to be fair, I kind of agree with. But then OP continues, it clearly worked a bit though, since she thought I was so damn psychotic for that. Like I said, I don't feel sorry about hurting her that way. Now let's get into some comments. Somebody said, expose them to everyone and ruin them, which I would go along with as well. I think if you've done something as awful as this, you do deserve to be publicly exposed. OP says, I've actually debated on doing this after I got done dealing with my sister. But if anything, I can unblock her just to show her what other people in the world think about her trashy butt. Seriously though, I still can't believe she did me like this. The commenter then continues, no, expose them. They will try and spin it differently and make you look like the bad guy if you don't. Tell all his family, your extended family, and mutual friends. Tell them that you've cut all contact with them and you wish not to be around them ever again. So far, his sister was the only one who reached out to me about this, OP said. She was in hysterics, asking me what the heck happened. She fully supports me on this. I'm unsure about the rest of the family, but as of now, the only person I can even trust is my father, and probably her too. Somebody else said, this is horrible. When did this happen? I can't believe your mother. I actually found out over the previous weekend. Under another comment, I wrote how my dad explained it to me. Supposedly, my sister decided to tell my mum. She then obviously asked her to keep her lips closed about it. My mum apparently told my dad over the weekend, not right away, and then he told me. The thing is, I have no idea when the heck they even had sex. That wasn't made known to me or my parents, it seems. My sister could have kept this secret for God knows how long until she finally decided to come clean to my mother. For all we know, they could have done it months ago, maybe even several times. My fiancé denied even sleeping with her more than once, but I'm finding that hard to believe. A small part of me keeps trying to justify my mum's actions, but I can't seem to understand. She clearly didn't care. And then finally, OP said this about how she cancelled the wedding and let everyone know. She did make a post apologising for cancelling the wedding on social media, but turned off notifications because she kept getting a flood of messages asking what happened. So far, only his sister and my cousin know. I couldn't bear to even say anything else to other people. At the time, I felt so sick. These comments though on Reddit are giving me ideas, and they are very, very tempting. Okay, just a day later, we got this update. Okay, so since my last post, I found out quite a bit. To start off, I did expose her and my ex on my story. I unblocked them both to tag them. Shout out to one of the commenters who wrote down what I should say. I saved it and I wrote it, but I added some other words of my own. My ex actually blocked me after he saw my story. I sent my Reddit post to my sister afterwards. At the time, she didn't see, but I got a call from my ex's mum. She was furious about everything, but she asked me how I was holding up and if I've, quote, heard the news. My heart sank a little because I honestly couldn't bear to hear any more bad news. I asked her what she was talking about, and she said, "So you haven't?" I said no, and I asked her to tell me. Well, my sister is pregnant. Apparently, Logan told her in an attempt to make her chill out on my sister. I didn't want to hear any more, so I told her I needed to hang up the phone. Thankfully, she accepted because I literally burst into tears 2 seconds later. After 5 minutes of crying, my sister responded to my story and text with the Reddit post link. She was texting me in all caps, begging me to take it down. If I wasn't so upset, I would have laughed a little, but I just sat there watching her blow up my phone. I got even angrier when she said, "I'm coming over and I'm telling mum that you're spreading my business online." Alright, you big baby. Still never responded though. I felt frozen. 30 minutes later, she's trying to break my door down. So I opened it in a fit of rage and I started screaming all kinds of trash at her. She kept screaming at me to take it down, and I told her that it's gonna stay up for as long as I want it to. She kept telling me she didn't deserve online hate, and she even tried telling me that she's always been there for me through everything and that she would have forgiven me if it was the other way around. That is when I punched her. A small part of me felt guilty. I'm not the fighting type, and that was probably evident in my last post, but she retaliated by saying, "It's not my fault that Logan was tired of you." And that's when I told her that I hope she ends up like her dog and that she deserves every bit of hate she's getting for ruining my relationship. I even apologized for not ruining her entire garden and her stupid face at first. I know I'm wrong for saying this, but the entire time she was playing the victim. She called me evil and told me to rot in hell. She kept saying I was punishing her over a mistake. Well, so far, OP, you've done absolutely nothing wrong, in my opinion. If anything, that punch was justified. I don't normally advocate for violence, but in this situation, she deserved a punch. OP continues, "I said, you have no idea what you've put me through, and I know you would have done the same thing if you were the victim." She kept crying and insulting me because all she's ever done was support me through everything, and I had the nerve to punch her in the face and allow strangers to bash her on the internet. I told her she deserved it, and I don't want her talking to me ever again. And if she comes near me, I'm calling the police. She kept saying I was being extremely unfair and that she said she was sorry in her texts, but I wasn't having it. I told her to tell mum that I'm not talking to her again either. She asked me if I was really going to cut her off like that, and I just wished her good luck with her unwanted child and told her to go home. That was the last time she walked off my porch. Anyway, I had to clean up my favourite vase, but it doesn't even matter. At least they're out of my life. However, it's weird how sad I feel now. It's for my own good, but dang, I'll never experience the bond we had again. On the bright side, it seems like I've dodged 2 bullets. Thanks again though, everyone. Maybe I do need therapy. Also, one final edit to say that my dad called not too long ago asking me to take every post down because, according to my mother, my idiot sister is bawling her eyes out over mean people on the internet. As if I'm taking anything down. My dad's angry about her pregnancy, but my mum continues to defend her by saying that we need to chill out on her a little bit. This is why I'm not talking to her. Thanks again though, everyone. I'm exhausted and I need to worry about other things. Okay, let's get on to the second and final update. This was posted just a few days after the first update. I've officially decided to go low contact with my dad today. Surprisingly, he wasn't that upset about it. However, he's still on team take down the post, and that's why I made my decision. My mum wants nothing to do with me because, quote, if I wasn't going to respect the family, there's no point in trying to get to you. Wow, it's almost like that's what I wanted. My cousin and my ex's sister have been supporting me. Apparently, my sister has had meltdown after meltdown because more people are slowly finding out about the affair, not only in person, but on the internet. She actually got into it with my cousin online, and according to my cousin, my sister keeps asking her to tell me to take down the post because she's sorry and she felt pressured into doing what she did. Last I even heard about my ex was from his sister. She told me that they did speak, and although he's not ready for a child, he doesn't feel comfortable leaving my pregnant sister on her own. He also wants me to stop what I'm doing, but oh well, they're made for each other. Anyway, I've surprisingly been feeling a bit better thanks to my cousin and my new sister, as I like to call my ex's sister now. I've actually gotten some good sleep. Still considering therapy too. A very tiny part of me feels pretty bad for exposing my sister and ex, and I'll always miss the relationship I've had with them, even despite my last encounter with my sister. But they've hurt me, and it's what they deserve. If they're not taking it well, that's their problem. Thanks everyone once again. Okay, before I give my thoughts on this story as a whole, let's jump into a couple of comments. OP said this to questions about how other people are reacting to the affair. Speaking of her friends, I actually have no idea what they think about this, but I can assume they found out, of course. My sister is not taking this well, so I'm assuming they're pestering her with questions too. I've said this, my cousin has said this, my ex's sister has also said this. She cannot be upset for the truth being exposed. She doesn't see past her delusion. She's clearly more worried about her reputation than my feelings. I really don't know her anymore. So there we go. That is the story for now, at the very least. Who knows? There might be more updates to this one. I am recording this quite soon after that second update was posted. So in the future, I actually think we're quite likely to get another update, and I'm very interested to see what happens next. Make sure you're subscribed and following me on whatever platform you're on in case there is an update, because I definitely will cover it. But the thing that stands out to me, guys, and let me know if you agree in the comments down below, is that OP just has to back herself a bit more, I think, here. Like, you've barely even done that much compared to what's been done to you and, you know, the people in your life that have lied and done this stuff to you over the past however long. Like, it's literally not even a drop in the water. It's crazy. Like, the fact that you're saying that, oh, maybe I went a bit too far. You barely did anything. What, you destroyed a couple of flowers, punched your sister in the face. Well, yeah, your whole family have lied to you for months without you knowing. I think that's the least you could do, and it's the least they deserve. As for your family, why are all of them a disgrace? I thought at the very least your dad was backing you. But even he now is like, if you don't delete your Reddit post, then I'm going to side with your cheating sister and your lying mother. Like, what is going on? It's absolutely insane. It's like, on the one hand, you've got, oh, I had an affair with my sister's fiance. And on the other, you've got, oh, I made a couple of Reddit posts about it. And apparently they're equal. Or if anything, this is worse. I don't know. It makes no sense to me. But yeah, guys, maybe I'm misreading this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I think that OP should have destroyed her entire garden, and then her house, and then her life, and punched her multiple times in the face. That, I think, is fair. And also, I haven't even spoken at all about OP's sister's absolute unbelievable delusion throughout this entire thing. But I think it's summed up best by her saying, "It's not my fault that Logan was tired of you." So she's just like justifying her own actions by saying this, which tells us all we need to know about her as an individual. She's clearly a horrible person. I'm just shocked by your mum and then also your dad as well. Oh, and also Logan, of course. I mean, we don't even need to mention him. He's just a disgrace. But anyway, those are my thoughts. What do you reckon? Get in the comments down below. So that is going to do it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. As I said, if you do want to see the next update, if there is one, who knows, there might not be. I think there is going to be one though. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel on whatever platform you're on. You don't want to miss that. If you liked it, drop me a comment down below. If you didn't like it, then also drop me a comment down below. What could be improved? Let me know. And if you want more right away, check out this episode on screen.